Asphalt is one of the most popular road paving products in use in the country today. The state, the counties, and the cities all use the product. For reasons of economy and the ease of application, it's become the prime candidate and one most popularly used. However, it is high maintenance. Not long after it's put down, you may see problems that do need to be addressed. Potholes are forever a problem. There may be crack seal applications. There may be other maintenance applications. Specialized equipment is required for that. The machine that we see behind us here is one of the most critical pieces of equipment used in asphalt maintenance, and that is the Asphalt Distributor. Now, these things are highly advanced technical machines. In fact, they can be a little intimidating to the new operator because they are computer controlled. There are a lot of valves and control systems on them that they have to be familiar with. Long gone are the days when we had a guy in the back pull a valve open to start the product dropping onto the road surface and then close it off at the end. Nowadays, the application rates and so forth have to be determined in advance. And the operator has to be familiar with the entire process because different products are used. Water-based emulsion may be used in some applications. Petroleum-based asphalt cement may be used in others as you do prime coats, tack coats, seal coats, and dust coats. And the operator needs to know what products are the ones that are correct to use and how to use them properly and safely. The products typically cannot be mixed. And in some situations, if water is left in the tank and hot asphalt's introduced into it, it can immediately vaporize into steam and create a safety problem. So there's a great deal of knowledge that has to be learned by the novice operator before they can use the machine properly. The vendors and their reps can be enormously helpful to you. And the LTAP instructors are of course available to help provide training as well. It's important that the operator understand such things as application rates and nozzle sizes. There are a lot of adjustments on these units. You can adjust the width of the spreader bar. You can adjust the rate of application, and that is critical because if the nozzles aren't properly sized for the application, you can wind up not getting enough product onto the road surface, or you can have them sized too small and you may wind up with a tremendous amount of overspray that just dirties the truck and everything around it. The manufacturers, like Ettenauer, provide these application charts. Many operators like to take a chart, the ones that they use typically, and they may make copies of them, they may laminate them and keep them up in the cab as a quick reference to make sure they're within the parameters for the operators that they're using, and that's something that the manufacturers recommend. In the video we're going to do today, one of our instructors, Elton Gladwell, former road superintendent, will talk about some of the safety concerns, the pre-operational checks, operational procedures, and some of the other concerns that an operator will need to know to make the best use of the Asphalt Distributor truck.
On an Asphalt Distributor, there's 4 basic functions or 4 uses for it. Generally, there's the prime coat, the seal coat, the tack coat for laying hot mix, and nowadays they use a lot of emulsion for dust control. On your daily operations, when you're loading or unloading a truck, there's several things you need to take into consideration. First of all, you need your personal protective equipment on, your steel-toed shoes, your hard hat with a safety visor on it, and thermal gloves or insulated gloves where you won't burn yourself if you get handling this hot oil and everything, and your safety vest, of course. You need a 20-pound Type C fire extinguisher. When you're loading and unloading, it's good practice to set your fire extinguisher 15 or 20 feet away from the truck itself. That way, if you do have a accident or incident, you can grab your fire extinguisher. It's not tied to the truck, and just be a little, just a safety factor to have that included. It's paramount that you read and understand your safety, your operator's manual for the truck and the Asphalt Distributor itself. Each Asphalt Distributor, each brand is a little different. The controls are a little different. You need to familiarize yourself with the controls before you start operating. Make sure that you're safe. Always use your 3-point entry and exit. especially when you're crawling up on the tank doing a fill from the top. Be careful taking the lid, removing the lid. There may be residual pressure in there. Never breathe the fumes that are coming off. Some of those fumes are toxic. And never ever go inside of a tank without proper authorization and proper safety control, safety equipment. You need to be familiar with the type of asphalt you're shooting, whether it's a cutback, asphaltic cement cutback, or an asphalt emulsion. The cutbacks are used petroleum solvents to liquefy the asphalt. They're very, very flammable. They're shot at high temperatures. Some of them are up to 380 degrees. The emulsions, in my opinion, are much safer to use. They're water-based. The water's infused into the asphalt, and it's used as a diffusing agent for the asphalt. And just be familiar with what you're using and the MSDS sheets. They're available at your asphalt plants. And I would personally also recommend that you keep a log in the truck of what was the date that it was last used and the type of material that was shot with it, and the operator in the operator's name, so you can consult him, make sure it was cleaned out properly and everything before you load any asphalt in the truck. If you have a load of oil in the truck and you need to heat it up, then you have the two burners here. You have your upper and lower burner, or these are the flues for the burners. You have to bring them back, open them up for both of those. It's very critical when you're heating oil to have at least 6 to 8 inches of oil over the flues inside. On this particular unit here, it has a lower burner. If you're going to use the lower burner, you have to have at least 675 gallons of oil in the unit itself. If you're going to light the upper burner, you have to have 925 gallons of oil in the unit. If you don't, the flues inside may be exposed, especially if you're using cutback emulsion or something like that, in that nature. You're going to have a lot of potential of an explosion. If just normal emulsion, it may not explode, but it may burn your flues up, and they'd have to be replaced. Over on the other side is your actual burners. These are the two burners. This is the lower burner. They're diesel powered. You have your lower burner here, your upper burner here, and they're basically just diesel fired burners that go all the way through the tank, and there's a pipe in there or a flue in there that comes around, and they exhaust over on the other side, the valve or the ductwork I just opened there. Assuming we have a load of oil in here, we're going to heat it up. We'll go to tank circulate, hit this cursor or this toggle switch. It goes to this screen here. This 87 degrees, that's the temperature in the tank as it is right now. There's a probe in the bottom of the tank there that this reads off of. This is our target temperature rate. If you want to set it, it's set right now on 140. If you want to raise it, you hit this toggle. There you can go to 150. You can bump it down to in 5-degree increments. It's automatically set at a default of 59 minutes. Then when you get everything set here, you light your burners. And assuming it's full of oil, you light both burners. Again, you have to have at least 675 gallons to light the lower burner in the tank, or 925 gallons of liquid in the tank to light the upper burners. and it'll circulate there, it'll heat the oil, and as the oil circulates through there, it warms it up and gets it up to the spraying temperature you desire. Then when you get through with that, you return to the home position and get ready for your bar circulate. Let it circulate through the bar. Heat your bar up to the operational temperature and let it circulate about 5 minutes through the bar just to get the bar up where it doesn't, the bar's not too cold for the material going through it, and it'll congeal in there. Go back to home position and you're about ready to spray. We'll go over the control box in the cab here. Notice this is flashing in the A position. That means automatic. That has to be switched from manual to automatic back on the side of the truck back here at the rear. You have to be in the automatic for this computer up here to take control. You have your spray bar width is 18 feet or 17 feet 8 inches. We're shooting an application rate here of 0.5 gallons per square yard. On this particular unit, it has these preset application memories. You punch 2, it goes to 1/10 of a gallon per square yard, 3 1.5, 4 is 2 gallons, and 5 is 0.25. You switch down and it becomes a 6, and the 6 goes to 3/10 of a gallon, all the way up to 1/2 a gallon per square yard. You go back to the 1/2 a gallon, 0.05 gallons per square yard. That'd be your tack code, everything. One thing, there is a safety factor here on this unit. It has a suck back override. If there's an accident, you have a nozzle leaking, or you accidentally hit something and you're in the circulation mode. Anytime you're up here, it's in the circulating in the bar. You're pumping oil through your bar at all times. You have this suck back override to clean your bar. You can switch it up and hit start, and it sucks all the oil back out of the bar to alleviate any spills or anything. Try to correct it there. These are your switches on all your nozzles up here. The ones in the white are for the standard spray bar of 8 foot wide. You can turn on additional ones, additional nozzles as you go on each side, all the way out to 9 on each side. You can side shift your bar. If you're going around a mailbox or something, you can side shift it. This is your left bar in and out, your right bar in and out. This is your wing folds. Of course, your power button is everything on there for turning on and off. When you are spraying, getting ready to spray, you have to put your truck in gear and be rolling, and then hit your master spray, and that will cut your computer on. That makes your radar read correct, your ground radar read your speed correctly, and it'll put out the right application of oil. These units are very user friendly. You need to read and understand your operator's manual and be thoroughly familiar with your operations up here. But the computer does all the hard work for you. If you punch in 0.5 gallons per minute, that's exactly what your truck will put out when you're rolling down the road. It takes all the guesswork out of it for you. You don't have to do your calculations or your manual calculations anymore. It's just a lot better system. It's more accurate and a lot friendlier for the environment.
Now, this is too large a topic to cover in a video of this length, but if you would like more information or training, the University of Texas at Arlington LTAP program would be more than happy to help you. Please feel free to call us at the information provided below on the screen.